What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. So of course, before we start, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys for supporting me in any way, shape, or form, whether you're just viewing the video, whether you're liking, subscribing, commenting. Of course, always leave comments. I love to hear you guys' thoughts, and I just want to always show you guys my appreciation for you, because I do appreciate you. Okay, so as you can see from the title, we will be talking on the subject of reasons why not to have kids. But before we get into this video, I do want to say our affirmations, and today's affirmation will be, I am grateful for all the experiences that have shaped me. And it's very important to remind ourselves that, because a lot of times you have people who allow their experiences to make them feel like victims, or make them feel like life is going against them, or life hates them, or they may have the worst of luck, or nothing ever goes their way, just all these different negative thoughts. And I want people to sometimes think about how far they have come. I love Snapchat or Instagram or just any social media platform where you can post pictures and save them, because I love when it brings up, not love, but I like when it brings up 2 years on this day or 3 years on this day, because sometimes I look back at those memories. Like, that's one of the reasons I even keep Snap, because I look back at those memories sometimes and I'm like, wow, you really have came a long way, and I may not exactly be where I want to be today, which is very true. I can admit that. I can probably say that maybe 5 years ago, if you asked me where I would be today, I probably wouldn't be here. But I would have never guessed where I would have been mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. My mindset is very different from how it was, 5 years ago, even 3 or 2 years ago. And I always say the little girl in me is super proud of who I am today, because of my point of view and the way that I allowed life to shape me. I didn't allow life to, shape me in a way that is negative, that is negative or pessimistic, or I didn't allow things to break me. I allowed every single thing that has gone on in my life, whether it was good or bad, to push me into where I want to be, and to help me learn, from my mistakes, because that's the only time you're actually ever going to learn, is when you're making mistakes, when you're up. Okay, that's the only time where you're actually going to grasp a great lesson from something, when things are just not going the way that you feel that they should be. But there's always something that you can learn from every single little situation. You just have to really be in the present moment and, practice reflecting. And so it's extremely empowering to be grateful for the things that have shaped you in your life. So that's why that is the affirmation for today. And let's say it again. I am grateful for all the experiences that have shaped me. Now let's get into it, because I'm ready to talk. I see this trend going around talking about reasons why you shouldn't have kids. Now, I don't know the type of audience that I have here yet, but I'm gonna wait a few months. So I'm gonna give it some time to let my propaganda thoughts side get out. But it's on my TikTok though. I'm gonna give my channel some time though. But aside from just propaganda, why don't we want to have kids again? I see these lists of things, and a lot of the things that are on these lists, matter of fact, let me look it up, because a lot of these things that are even on this list of things why you shouldn't have kids, first of all, it doesn't happen to every single person that has a child, literally. And secondly, it's like, even if there are great chances that a lot of things can go wrong in your pregnancy, of course, but there are great chances that a lot can go on anywhere in your life. You understand? Every single thing that you do in your life, you are taking a risk at the end of the day. And there's always precautions to everything. It's simple as that. And in addition, like, please always remember that you were once a child, that someone raised you, that someone put their body through a risk in order to have you and bring us into this world. And yes, of course, you didn't ask for it. Granted, cool. But are you ready to die? Are you ready to go? Is life that bad to where you want to die right now? If someone walked up to you right now and said, hey, I can take you out right now if you don't want to be here no more, are you really going to say yes or no? Because if you're going to say no, then life is really not that hard. And I say that to say life is really not that hard for you to also bring another child into this life. I'm not saying right now and, you know, while you don't have it together or while you're not ready, but I'm saying don't view having a kid as such a negative thing, because you were once a kid at the end of the day. Like, you were once a kid that couldn't walk, couldn't talk. Someone had to feed you, someone had to bathe you, someone had to teach you, someone had to pay for your schooling, someone had to pay for your clothes, the food in your mouth. Someone had to raise you at the end of the day. And is family something that's not important to us? I mean, do we not care about our loved ones? Do we not care about our family members? Because it's funny, like, I see trends like, oh, why you shouldn't have kids, but at the same time, it's the same ones that are pushing their friends or their sister, their brother, their whatever to have children. So is family important to us, or it isn't? You understand? Are you okay with, you know, ending your legacy and your bloodline right here? In addition, I can understand, like, you know, maybe you don't want to have kids, or you feel like you shouldn't have kids because all the things that you have been through as a kid, and you may feel like it's too much stress or this and that. But I feel, especially if you are in a place where, you know, you have gained a lot from life, you are financially stable, or you're trying to get financially stable, and you can definitely see yourself getting there. You definitely believe in yourself. You are in a space where you are breaking generational curses and you are changing things around in your life. Why not have a child to pass down all those things that weren't granted to you to them? Why not leave something for someone else that is literally your own? You know, women have the capability of having children. You know, that is one of our biggest flexes. You know, like, we can have children. We have been trusted, our bodies have been trusted to actually reproduce and keep the world going round. You understand? So why not at one point use your power as a woman to your advantage, which is having a child and then raising that child. You don't know who that child can be. That child can be the next president. That child can save someone's life. That child can be a doctor, a lawyer, start the next big business in America or across the nation. You don't know who that child can be, who that child can help. You understand? You don't know how that child can help you, can shape you, can teach you, because we all have something that we can learn from one another. You don't know what a child can do for you. You are just allowing other people negative experiences. Once again, which a lot of people do, they allow other people negative experiences to shape something in their life, which is very unfortunate, because their negative experience does not have to be yours. You understand? And even with some of the symptoms that I've seen, like I said, like, it's not a guarantee that everybody is gonna go through that. Plain and simple. And that's why I be saying, y'all be all like, oh, I want a boy first, I want a girl first, or I want whatever gender first. And I'm like, man, when I get pregnant, I just want to have a healthy baby. I just want to have a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby. Because I know for me, one of the things that I daydream about, that I love, like, I've even got on the mom side of TikTok recently, and I love it. I love it. Because, you know, I have been through so much as a kid growing up, you know, and one day I hope I can actually come on here and feel comfortable enough to talk about some things that I have been through, because I definitely feel like it can help somebody out there. But I have been through a lot as a kid growing up, as I said, and I can wait, but at the same time, I can't wait to, you know, be in a certain position to where I'm comfortable enough to say, okay, I'm ready to have children, you know, with whomever. And, you know, I can teach them things and give them things that my parents didn't give to me. And I'm very proud to say that. Like, I can't wait to switch things around and change curses for generations, because you don't know what, you going through what you have been through and getting through it and allowing it to shape you into a better person, which, goes back into that affirmation earlier, just allowing things to shape us into, the person that we are aiming to be, that you then take that and you pass it down to the next person, because you won't be young forever. You understand? You won't always look, this way and have all this youth and be able to move around the way that you seem fit right now. Like, you won't, the same way your body functions and your brain works, and like, it just won't always be the same as you get older. And I would love to have kids and nurture them and be there for them, and just teach them so much mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and watch them grow as, just human beings, and watching them take care of my legacy. You understand? Like, I want them to, of course, carry this on and take care of it and nourish it, and, pass this down to their kids, and then their kids' kids, and their kids' kids. Like, it's a beautiful thing to even talk about, let alone witness, as you pass on in life and you are now a spirit. And what if when you die, your spirit can still view and watch everything as it goes on in life? And, I would love to experience that when I'm gone, like, just seeing and watching my kids, flourish in life the way that I would want them to, and seeing them, be like my mom taught me that, or like my mom was there for me in this way, and it can help them be there for other people who don't have parents who are there for them that way. Me personally, like, because I allowed the things that I've been through to shape me in a positive way, there are ways that I have been there for people that their parents couldn't have been there for them, and I feel like that's a beautiful way to look at it. Don't let all these negative connotations and all these other things get to you, okay? All this negative influence at the end of the day. Now, if you don't want to have kids, you've never seen kids a part of your future, granted, but I'm talking to the women who want kids, or who wanted kids, and now they're on social media and they're like, well, maybe I don't want kids because, the 9 months pregnancy, and then the birth thing, and then maybe the epidural was placed in the wrong, place, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, with anything that you do in life that is going to have a great outcome, that you're hoping is going to have a great outcome, there's always risk to everything. That's like me saying, oh, well, I'm not going to start a business or chase my dreams because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, 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 all these things go wrong. Why are we sitting here thinking about all the things that can go wrong and never even looking at all the things that can go right? Like, have we not talked about, how our mindset and our thinking shapes our reality? Of course, if you're just looking at all the negative things that can go wrong in any given situation, well then probably every single thing that you have thought and conjured up is going to go wrong, because you thought and conjured it up and you brought it to this reality. And I'm not saying that even when you are thinking the most positive in every single situation that, there's some things that don't go wrong. No, because in certain situations, it is what it is. Some things do go wrong. And even in those situations, just be prepared for something to go wrong mentally or physically. Just be prepared. Like, what? If something does go wrong, I'm ready for that. But I am hoping and wishing, and my faith is in the positives that can go right. And even if one little thing does go wrong, everything else is still going to go right. You have to have that belief system. You have to command that things go right in your life. Because if you don't, then all things are going to go to hell. Then all things are going to go to hell. Obviously, you have to command in your life that things go the way that they should be, which is the way that you want them to be. Because we are master manifestors here. So what we want in our life is never too much. It's never too high of a reach. We're never asking for too much. You understand? And so it's the same thing as if you want to have a kid and you want to have a child, right? Just command that you have a very healthy pregnancy. Simple as that. Because a lot of these things that I see, it's like really pregnancy symptoms that people are most afraid of. And in addition, a lot of these things, they last for 9 to 10 months. That is it. Even people who have gone through, I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's like your whole pregnancy, you're like throwing up throughout your entire pregnancy. I've never seen those people go, well, you know, well, I regret having my child though. Like the 9 months of me throwing up wasn't worth it, because it is worth it at the end of the day. Plain and simple. Because you have brought another human being into this life, and you can watch them grow and prosper and learn from you and be one of your biggest supporters. Like kids, first and foremost, look up to their parents. Nobody else, because they don't know anything else. They look up to you first. You are their first big hero. You are their first influence. You are their first everything. You know, you're their first love. You're just their first friend, their first, you know, you shape their whole world for a very long time. And so, you know, you have the opportunity to then instill things in your kids that you wish somebody would have taught you or told you, or how somebody else would have been there for you. It's kind of like you have the opportunity to even heal your inner child. You understand? And it's like, why not look at it from that point of view? Why are we having this negative connotation when it comes to having children? Because at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing. Okay? And we should be in the mindset of where we want to make the world a better place. And what better way of doing that is having a kid, having a child, getting ourselves together mentally, emotionally, physically, getting our finances together, doing the things that maybe our parents should have done, making sure that, you know, we are emotionally intelligent in different areas, that we have a higher understanding, that we are very accepting, that we are not judgeful, all these different things that, you know, some of us really wish that our parents were. And have a kid and pass down those things to them, and then some, and then more, you know? Anyways, I love you guys, and I appreciate you for tuning in. If you made it to the end of this video, I love you times 2. Goodbye.